My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey guys, Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany. I thought I'm gonna take a look at two videos that Amber has posted talking about Wipey, about the breakup and about her moving plans, just to see what we're in for on her channel. I mean, totally aside from the fact that she is completely off the reservation now, completely detached from reality, self-soothing, eating junk food all day long and popping the Delta 9 gummies, but there's a little bit of truth in everything, and so I cut out all the fluff where she's talking about what shirt she's wearing, how messed up she looks, where her makeup went, and why her Bluetooth earbuds are still in her ear. I cut all of that out, and so here's the essence of what she has said about the breakup, about Wipey, and about moving.
Feline and I have broken up. It was mutual. It was mutual,
so the mutual number 2, so she kept mentioning that from the get-go, which is strange to me.
I envisioned my whole future with her, and I know she did the same, and
I doubt that. From the get-go there were lies involved, Wipey stating that she doesn't know who Amber is, and then admitting that she's been watching her videos, and so basing a new relationship on a lie. I don't know about that.
this was mutual.
This is mutual number 3 within the first few minutes of the breakup video.
There has been some things that just like I don't have to go into detail. Love just
because it would probably harm your reputation more if you did. My guess is they were in a relationship. Amber was mad enough at Becky for breaking up with her that she wanted to pay her back. And so she did that by allowing the next one lined up on Instagram, allowed her physically into her reality, into her life. And I think that Wipey may have thought, yeah, I can deal with the size of her, or the stench that people were talking about, or the fact that she is trying to have a relationship after not even being over the last one because the current or the former girlfriend is still living there. I think that Wipey thought that she could make it work, and Amber was desperate anyway. I mean, she needs a caretaker. She doesn't have a choice.
this isn't enough sometimes.
Yeah, love. I don't think there was love involved on Wipey's side, but on Amber's side. And you could tell that when she was filming herself interacting with Wipey. But I don't think it was so much that she was in love with Wipey the person, but what Wipey could do for her. Because Wipey was driving her around, she was doing her chores, she was walking the dog, all the things that Amber is too lazy to do. I'm not saying she cannot do them anymore, she's just too lazy to do them, and so she'd rather not do them, like taking a shower, washing her hair, and stuff like that. So I think Amber was in love with what Wipey could do for her.
I know what I'm worth.
I still don't get that. I'd have to assume that it was an abusive relationship on Wipey's side, that Amber would say something like this, and this is probably why she's saying it, completely unrelated to what happened in their relationship, that she's trying to make us believe that Wipey abused her. And I do have to admit, in that drunken live stream, When Amber looked over at Wipey and said, "Did you turn off the internet?" she looked submissive. She looked scared of, smarting off to her and asking that question. And so I'm thinking there's a good possibility that maybe there was abuse involved coming from Wipey.
And I know it might not be like a lot to some people, but I know like what I deserve. And
That would be interesting to know what she actually means by that. I mean, she's being vague across the board, and so all we can ever do is theorize and depend on what our gut instincts are telling us. But I think what she deserves, maybe she's talking about, I've deserved to put in my mouth what I want to put in my mouth. Nobody has the right to tell me not to do that, and so she has boundaries when it comes to people telling her that she needs to eat less or that she doesn't need to order takeout. I think that is basically, I mean, without her being conscious of it, that is what she's trying to say.
I know what I want, and I just need to be single.
See, so that she can eat whatever she wants. And at the time, I mean, look at her size. At the time, she had already been eating what she wants for months on end without putting any brakes on it. And so maybe she thinks that being single means that she can finally eat as fast and as much as she wants to without getting backlash. Not from us, but from the person in her real life.
It's like not everything is perfect behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's why every time she was talking about her relationships, all past relationships, it came off as unauthentic and it turned out that she was lying. She's just trying to portray something on the internet that is not going on. People perceive how unauthentic it is and how unbelievable. And that's part of, or a big part of, how she ruined her reputation by lying about her relationships.
Honestly, it doesn't even matter why we broke up.
Yeah, it would be interesting to know. It doesn't matter, but it would be interesting to know if Wipey was really such a drunk, which I could see. I mean, anything's possible. Remember the first few live streams when Amber was being so arrogant and smug and really hurtful to Becky? And Amber was saying all these things like she wants to travel, she wants to move, she wants to be better for herself and for the relationship. I mean, she was making all these statements that, looking at it from Wipey's point of view, were a lie. Because Amber did not change anything for the better. She just kept eating and gaining weight. And she also didn't make any efforts towards being able to travel or move. And so I'm thinking that it might have been just Amber's fault. I don't know. But see, in the Q&A with Wipey, which was scripted, I think, or heavily scripted, not all the way, but Wipey also said that, and Amber confirmed it, that they both cannot give each other what they need. And with Amber not knowing herself and not knowing what she wants and needs in her life, besides food, she thinks that's all she needs, is food and the money in order to buy food. And so she walks over dead bodies to get to that. Because I think, in my book, she's still a sociopath with no emotions whatsoever. She uses people for her purpose, and that is eating copious amounts of food every single day and continuously gaining as a result.
We both have our own reasons, but we can't be in a relationship.
It would be interesting to know why she's saying that. If it's because she's tired of having to defend that she's non-stop hungry and all her thoughts circle around food, or if it's because Wipey said, look, I'm young, I want to be out there, I want to travel. I mean, we can't even go for a walk without me having to try and talk you into doing it for half an hour, and most of the time you say no. So it would be interesting to know, but I guess we'll never find out because Wipey is gone, and Amber is a pathological liar.
I also think like I'm partially in shock.
I could see that, but I'm not sure about the reason. She's in shock that somebody else dared to end relations with her. Maybe that is too unrealistic for the huge ego that she has. But after being left by every girlfriend so far, she could have seen it coming.
It's like, how do I go on? Like, I just feel like I can't live without her, but I know that I have to. I know what I deserve.
I don't know why she's repeating that now. What she deserves, to have her freedom, as in, I can eat myself to death, and why would a partner try to stop me? I don't know what her thoughts are behind this.
There's a part of me that cares. And I care about Feline as well. And
That was interesting. Her always number one, and she cares about Feline as well.
it's like, she deserves the fucking world. And it's like I could only give her a part of it.
She couldn't even leave the house with her much. And so imagine somebody as athletic, which, if the rumors are true, Wipey is an athletic person. You always feel the urge to move, and to move that body, to get that oxygen pumping. It's like an addiction. And then you have that mountain of fat sitting on a chair saying, no, but I'm not up for it. And so you have to decide sooner or later, do I want a relationship where I do all physical activities on my own and come back to a stinky apartment with a person just stuffing her face, or do I hit the road?
I can only give her a part of it when I want to give her the whole thing.
That must be a blatant lie, because she didn't put any effort into being able to offer Wipey more than just money.
And I'm just ready to be single.
The only way I can take that is she's ready to just sit there and eat without being bothered by anyone.
And I'm gonna be living on my own.
She's shaking her head. Wait.
And I'm gonna be living on my own.
See, shaking her head. Living on my own. Maybe the reason why we're seeing her spiral out of control like this the past few days is because she always had somebody behind the curtain, talking to people on Instagram. And this time, for the first time since Amber's been on YouTube, it seems like she cannot find anyone where Amber could lower her expectations far enough to actually get into a relationship with that person. That's what the feeling I've been getting.
Why we broke up, it doesn't matter.
Now she's saying that again. And I'm thinking, again, you guys know my theory, but for those of you that just got to my channel, I think that Amber was mad at Becky for breaking up with her, because how dare anyone decide to live their life without her. And so she got the next one out of Instagram, instantly let her move in. And they may have had a brief relationship in the beginning, but I think at the longest a few months after that, Wipey realized, holy smokes, that woman is not changing. They were all right. When they were saying that she doesn't change at all, and her entire life revolves around food. And so she broke up with her, but Amber said, you can't leave me on my own. Look, I can't even wipe my ass. I mean, this is how I picture the conversations going behind the curtains, off camera, of course. And so they made a business contract. I mean, maybe not in a written way, but a verbal contract, where Wipey said, okay, if you give me like $2,000 a month, I'm gonna do this, this, and that for you. And including pretending to be a girlfriend, but excluding me showing my face in your vlogs. And so I think this is how it went. And so quite a few months back, maybe even only a few months into the relationship after Becky had left, I think Wipey moved out. She maybe, you know, I didn't see another desk. Did anybody ever see another desk in that office of hers? I think Wipey moved out relatively quickly. Because Amber is bored all day long. She's sitting on her butt, and when she's filming, she's annoying because she's got that high-pitched voice, and she's giggling a lot. She's trying to sound upbeat, but her entire life is just one phase of depression and stuffing her feelings down. And so I think YP moved out relatively quickly, and my guess is a few months after she moved in, because she was fed up. And from then on, it was a business contract.
It happened though.
It's weird that she emphasizes that the breakup did happen, though. You know, and because I'm thinking the breakup happened, but it happened quite a while back.
I have to keep a healthy distance from her.
I think she's talking about it the other way around. I think Wipey is keeping a distance from her.
Because, like, she's still trying to hug me and stuff like that, and
I think it's the other way around. I think she's talking about herself, trying to still hug Wipey when she comes over to drop off the PO box packages, or you know, when she comes over to walk Twinkie.
I have to tell her, like, I can't. Like, it hurts too bad.
No, I think it's the other way around. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. I might be off, but that's the vibe I'm getting.
And in the past, like, I didn't want my ex to not sleep in the bed with me, but I don't want her in the bed with me.
I don't think so. I think that's a lie. Because I think that YP's moved out a while back. At least over a year.
I have to detach myself from certain things.
I think that maybe something that YP told her when they actually broke up.
It's terrifying. The unknown, everything that I have to do, all the I's I have to dot, all the T's I have to cross.
And all the things that she has to figure out now. How to wipe her butt, how to walk Twinkie, and not just let her crap in front of the apartment building, because for that she's going to get flagged from the other tenants there in the area or in the vicinity. She has to figure out how to go to doctor's appointments, who's going to drive her. At her size, and I'm saying this with all due respect, no Uber driver is going to take her, because if you look at the leg room she needs and the weight she puts on the shocks of the car, she's damaging any car that she will ride in. And so she's gonna have to figure out ways to get to places, you know. And she can do DoorDash and all kinds of delivery services for groceries and take out food she wants, but she will be stuck in that apartment.
But I don't have anybody.
That is strange, because she's been boasting about all kinds of friends that she had, especially in the last few weeks, so I don't know where they went. Apparently she was just lying, and that lie is biting her in the ass now.
Kentucky's not for me. It never has been for me.
I don't get why she makes statements like this, because the majority of her lifetime is spent indoors, sitting there eating. Because imagine how much time you have to invest into sitting there actually eating to get all these calories in every single day. And so she looks out the window, but it seems to be enough for her. She doesn't need the sun on her face, but that's why she's always pale. But I don't know why she's bashing Kentucky so much when she hardly ever leaves the house. And if she does, it's only to get to places like to eat out, which I haven't seen in months, and to go to doctor's appointments, which she has barely had any.
I came here for somebody, stayed here for somebody,
Wait, she came here for Destiny, stayed for Becky.
and then was stuck here with somebody.
Stuck here? Why does she say she's stuck with Wipey? She's not stuck there with Wipey. Wipey's not even there anymore. Maybe what she means by being stuck there is because the lease is still ongoing until, my guess is December or January. Because she introduced us to the thought of the breakup and of her moving on the 5th of July. And she said 5 to 6 months, so that might be 5 months December, 6 months January.
Now I get to be free.
Free from what, though? I would love to know what she means by that. Probably free to eat whatever she wants without getting any backlash.
It's hard when you think that you, like, are willing to accept, like, how a relationship is. So you're like, okay, this is gonna be my life. This is gonna be my future.
Interesting again, but only in terms of speculating. If Wipey had been abusive to her, then or maybe the polyamorous part, maybe that's what she's talking about, that she's written off certain aspects of her life, like okay, so I have a girlfriend that always needs to be out there because she's into fitness and I'm not, and so we're gonna spend a whole lot of time away from each other because my girlfriend is out there getting, staying in shape. And being polyamorous, she probably went out with other people, and maybe this is what Amber is talking about right now, that even though she stated to us arrogantly, she would never be in a polyamorous relationship, it seems that she was. And however briefly, which I think that relationship between Wipey and Amber did not last past a few months. And so maybe that's what Amber's talking about right now, having to put up with the fact that she has a polyamorous spouse and one that is into fitness, which means they leave the house a lot to, why move inside the apartment, people that are into fitness are into fresh air also and seeing different things, and she's not.
But then when something finally just like clicks in your head and you're like, no, wait, I can't accept this.
It would be interesting to know if she actually means this and she is talking about being abused by Wipey, or if she is referring to her eating again, like she wants to eat herself into an early grave in peace without being bothered. But if that was her aim or her goal, then why did she lie so much in the beginning of that relationship too, when she was talking about she wants to, make healthy choices, and she even mentioned Wipey sending her a link about excoriation and where she could get help for that. And so it seemed like Wipey was actually interested in Amber improving her life, and she didn't. But Amber lied about it and said she is interested in it, and then she didn't deliver, and so I think that's why Wipey left.
And that goes for both me and Feline. Now we have to figure out what are our futures going to be like, because we thought we had that planned,
That is also hard for me to believe, because I don't think a 20-something-year-old would commit to a 30-something-year-old that has as a life goal to kill herself by eating too much food and not moving. And so I don't think that was a mutual agreement, or she's just making this up now, that they had plans for the future when they actually didn't.
We knew where we wanted to move.
But strange they didn't mention moving, except for that one time in the Q&A, not with Wipey, but her own Q&A when they asked her if she's planning on moving, and she said yes, and that was it.
And we were going to do that together, and now she's trying to figure out where she wants to go.
So Wipey is trying to figure out where she wants to go.
I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going, so.
She said that her last apartment was 2 hours away, and where she is planning on going now is out of state. So she doesn't even know where she's gonna go.
Today's the 6th. We broke up on the 4th. I am being like kind of vague to protect Feline.
No, I think you're being vague because you are lying about too much. You're trying to hide too much. You were trying to lie about a relationship that didn't last as long as it did. You were pretending that you still have a girlfriend, even though you should have taken the backlash in public for being left by another girlfriend, but you decided to continue lying and pretending you are in a relationship. And I think the emotional uproar, like the emotional anxiety we see in her, is that she finally realizes that when she doesn't have a caretaker, she is royally fucked.
I wasn't happy because there were things that were happening.
Maybe her not being able to eat without being bothered.
And I know she wasn't happy.
Of course she wasn't. If she's into fitness and fresh air and moving her body, of course she's not happy with that, with all due respect.
And mutually, this has been something that we have talked about breaking up.
I can see that being true on Wipey's side, because Amber will stoop very low. She will lower her expectations just in order to continue having a caretaker. But Wipey, I think, I mean, the world is her oyster, except for maybe her police record. I do not know. I only heard rumors about that, but she's too young to tie herself down with something like that.
Trying to fix things, and
it would be interesting to know what she means by trying to fix things. What things? Amber overeating on the daily, or Wipey really drinking? Because Amber was frequently drinking with Wipey in the beginning. Maybe Wipey is the kind of drunk that will tell Amber off, like, maybe even insult her and say, you gotta change your life. Look who's talking. You talk about my drinking. Look at yourself. Stuff like that. Who knows?
it's hard when one person fixes or tries to fix things more than the other person.
This could mean anything too. Wipey not drinking anymore, but Amber still eating, and so maybe that's what they had fights about.
And I don't want to point fingers,
but I'm gonna.
She got extremely drunk yesterday, and I had to take care of her.
I don't think Amber is in the condition to take care of anyone.
I was very worried.
Maybe she brought her a glass of water.
There was a moment where I almost called 911.
Why is that? Did she attack you? Or did she pass out? And then I don't get why she would call 911. Is 911... I mean, 911 is the emergency number, of course, in the United States. I'm aware of that. But the way she says it, I almost called 911. Was it because she was being attacked by Wipey? Or because Wipey had passed out and she didn't know if she was gonna make it through the night? She's being vacant, so who cares, right?
Because I didn't know what to do, and she just regrets things.
She regrets things, being vague again, so I don't know. It might be Wipey doesn't regret anything. Amber just thinks that Wipey should regret something. Who knows? She is very confused and detached from reality and logical thinking. And
what she meant by that is through our whole relationship, we had plans of getting married, and we even had a venue picked out, and I was never ready for that proposal. And
I wonder why that is. She was never ready for that proposal. Because if you look at it rationally, I mean, you know, she's trying to sell us the premise that she's been on a weight loss journey for 9.5 years on YouTube, right? We all know she hasn't been. We all know she's been lying to her audience, talking about all kinds of diets and weight loss ideas while she was gaining weight. And so her goal all along must have been to just eat herself to death. And so somebody that is trying to, like, when you propose to another person, don't you think that it's because you see a future with them and not them dying at an early age because their body can't handle the weight anymore? I mean, I'm just saying this for Amber's case. I know that there are all kinds of marriages where I don't know, or in you know, in the 1940s or whatever, during the war, where people got married and then the man went to war, you know, and they didn't know if they was gonna see each other again. I mean, there are romantic reasons behind it, but this is 2023, and she's talking about possibly 2022, and I don't think a 20-something-year-old that is in shape would commit to that after Amber proving that she's not willing to change at all.
And it's because of the problems. It's just, I have to keep reminding myself why I'm doing this.
I'm thinking this is not Amber doing this or agreeing to anything. I think it was Wipey's decision. I think she moved out a long time ago, and now Amber is bonkers because Wipey has apparently expressed her plan to move out of state, you know, and so Amber actually has to find another caretaker or change her life, and we see how that's going. I mean, we've been seeing what she's done with her life since the 4th of July. Today's the 22nd. For 18 days she's been spiraling out of control,
and she slept on the couch again last night because
I doubt it. I think she moved out. So you've been sleeping by yourself for quite some time.
I don't want to sleep in the same bed as her because I need to detach myself.
I think she's saying these things because, and she's admitted to it, she's been watching old videos. I think what she primarily was watching was how she infuriated the audience. That's how she's been trying to get her channel going for the past few months. And until the breakup, nothing worked. I mean, the breakup kind of got her back up to, I think on Social Blade, she's now on, around 5,000. And I think she was also watching old videos, like breakup videos, because she's even using the same terminology, which doesn't mean she's copying it from old videos. It only means that maybe she still feels the same way. But I think she's just trying to play the victim here. And Wipey's been long moved out.
Something has to change. I want her to be able to live and to live her life and to explore the world, and I cannot give her that right now.
No, and you didn't love her enough if there was ever a long enough relationship for you to realize, maybe I need to change for her. In order to have her in my life, I need to eat less. You didn't care though. You kept stuffing that face. You kept putting on the pounds.
I have a lot of freaking shit that I have to work on. Like,
you had 2 years time to deal with that, to show goodwill, to initiate any kind of changes and stand behind them, and you didn't.
Like, look at me. I can't travel with her right now. These next like 3 to 5 months.
3 to 5 months. Now she's saying October through December. So I'm thinking the lease might just be up on the apartment by the end of the year, beginning of the new year.
3 to 6 months. There's a lot that I have to do because I am going to be moving.
She's shaking her head while she's saying that. So she shook her head in the other video. I'm going to be living on my own. Let's look at that again. Wait.
Because I am going to be moving.
Huh. She's actually shaking her head. Maybe she won't be moving.
But where I will be moving is in a completely different state. You can love.
So she does know where she's gonna be moving, but it's gonna be a completely different state. Maybe her and Wipey broke some laws and they just wanna, get away from that. Wipey also mentioned in the Q&A that they did together, that voice recording, that she wants a clean slate. That might explain that. So she moves down from New York because she's in trouble up there. She moves down to Kentucky and now she wants a clean slate again. Okay. Alright.
Someone with every single part of you. But know that it's just not the right time.
Not the right time. Again, I don't know. She told so many lies in the beginning to Wipey, so many lies in the beginning of the relationship, where she would like to travel, and move and change her life for the better and lose weight, and she did none of that. She did none of it. She was only flapping her jaws like she always does, and not putting any actions behind her words. And so now she's riding the sometimes love is not enough pony.
And I know that, and I think that's the part that hurts the most, is that we could stay together.
Oh, you could not. You have absolutely no future and you have no chemistry. I haven't mentioned that yet in this video, but you have absolutely no chemistry.
But it was hurting being with her.
Because you couldn't stuff your face without her giving you backlash?
That's really all I want to say about that.
So that was basically it. I did want to use another video of hers, but that's getting too long. We're already at 36 minutes. And so, yeah, I find it interesting how she's phrasing things. I mean, if you cut out all the fluff where she's talking about never mind me and how I look and I got my earbud in and and the lighting just changed. I don't know. I cut all of that out. And so hearing it condensed like this, it does seem like Wipey is actually planning on leaving her life for good, not bringing her stuff anymore, not taking her anywhere anymore, because she'll definitely be gone. And who would drive 3 to 4, even more hours just to help Amber with her weekly, errands? Nobody's gonna do that. And so, yeah, we'll see what becomes of this. I mean, right now she's just spiraling out of control. There's not much to comment on that. And unless she puts a break on things, she's going down this way. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.